What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? My name is Joe, just your average Joe, hanging out in the garage. If you've been with me before, you know what we're getting ready to do. It's Monday. It's early, pretty early, but today it's overcast, so it's not hot. So it wouldn't matter what time I got out here. Today it's only supposed to get up to like 85 or something like that. So if you know, we've had a heat wave down here in the south. It's been crazy hot for the past like almost, I don't know, 10 days or so. Very little rain. But last night, we finally had some big rain come through. It's overcast today. We're supposed to have some more showers come through today. It's only like, I don't know, probably not even 80 right now. It's pretty, feels really nice actually. So yeah, I won't be sweating like crazy. But we're gonna do some packing and shipping today. I don't know if I'm gonna be on camera with you guys packing and shipping, but got to get all my stuff packed and shipped. We've got like 14 or 15 orders, so we'll go over those. We got like 12 comments that we're gonna cover as well. So we got a lot of things going on today. I'm gonna try to make this as short of a video as possible. But y'all know Mondays are going to be usually the longest videos because we got a lot more to cover. All the comments from the weekend and all the sales from the weekend. So again, if you haven't hung out with me before, my name is Joe. I've been reselling on eBay full time for over 8 years. And I've been reselling in general on eBay since my college days, 2000. My original account was set up in 2000. Neon 3300 if y'all want to look it up. Been around for quite a long time, but I certainly share any of my experiences. If you guys have any questions, have any things you've gone through, any situations that you've got, if you want to know how to handle a certain situation or what to use for packing and shipping or what to use for what carrier or how eBay works for selling or whatever questions you have, where to source stuff at. In fact, that was something I think I was going to cover today a little bit is just sourcing. So yeah, any of those things that you want to know a little bit more about, feel free to drop a comment. I'll be glad to talk about it further and kind of dive into it. So whatever subject or situation you end up having, I'm a talker and I like to go over that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, we'll go ahead and get started for the day. Again, if you've been with me or if you haven't been with me before, this is all raw and unedited. So if I say something dumb, I'm not going back and editing it. It's just going to get captured and it is what it is. If it's something that's a little offensive or cuss word or whatever, it is what it is, right? All raw and unedited. That's how we do around here. So um, we'll go ahead and start off with comments and then we'll move on to sales. So like I said, we have quite a few comments. Starting off with Yarina says, not sure if I'm repeating this comment because I know I commented, but I don't see it here. Thank you for sharing the label printer info, but you were right. They are expensive. I might try to get a cheaper one on Amazon with Bluetooth connectivity to be able to print from my phone. I got motivated to start listing again because of your videos. I already gathered a lot of stuff I think I might sell. Worth a try, right? Haha. Also, what is the size of those padded envelopes you use? The ones that almost anything fit in them. I need to order some of those. And your daughter is so pretty and cute. My daughter is a trip. My daughter is awesome. She likes to hang out. I've noticed lately she's wanting to hang out in the garage more while I'm doing my videos. I'm also on Facebook Live, and she'll be upstairs more now. It's summertime, so she can stay up later, and I'm up there later at night. She's been up there hanging with me while I'm live. She's a trip. She's awesome. But to answer your questions, the label. So yes, the label printers, the Dymo is kind of expensive. That's why I said if you want to try Marketplace, you might find something locally, especially if you kind of keep your eyes open and you kind of keep searching over the next week or two. Chances are you're going to find somebody that's going to post it if they don't already have one in your area. The next best option would probably be a used one on eBay if I had to guess. But the Bluetooth ones are great. I used to do everything from my phone, and I didn't used to have the computer up to about maybe 2 months ago. I didn't have the computer, so I did everything through a printer, regular old school printer, Bluetooth old school printer, and I would buy the labels for the printer, and then I would do everything for my phone and do my labels and shoot it to the printer. Worked well. I did that for years, and I just upgraded because I to this setup because I got a brand new computer. I built my computer for upstairs for all my Facebook Live and all my hopefully editing video at some point, because I needed a computer that could handle all that kind of stuff. So I built myself a pretty nice computer. Should last me like 10 years, really. It's legit. And if anything goes out on it, I know how to fix it because I built it myself. But anyway, this thing was just a little, eBay special, pretty good computer I've been using for 10 years or so now, 8 years. No, actually, I didn't get that used. I got this 6 years ago when I started my Facebook business for the football memorabilia. But it just bogs down too much during live and things like that. And so I had to. And so anyway, I'm saying all that to say I brought that setup down here, and so ever since then I did the Dymo and upgraded myself to the Dymo down here, and I don't use my printer much anymore unless the kids want it for to print out like stuff. Then I may print stuff out on it still, but I rarely use the printer anymore. But the Bluetooth, I was actually looking into Bluetooth Dymos as well. I think they have one, or other companies have the Bluetooth options, which is nice. But I didn't go that route just because I was going to have a computer down here. I figured it'd be more effective for me to have a computer set up. It's quicker, especially when I'm doing other things for eBay and stuff like that. It's just quicker to jump on here and do what I need to do. And then it's connected to the Dymo, so I just print out, shoot out the labels all at once. That's I guess the biggest difference with doing it from your phone. So consider this, Yarina. When you do labels from your phone, you can only do one at a time. So if you got 10 orders, you're doing one label, print, next label, print, next label, print. It takes it. So this is nice. This setup is nice. And again, it's whatever's best for you and what you've got going on. But one of the other reasons I did this was because I can go in and do a bulk label. Once I've got all my prices and everything in, I just do boom print, and they all spit out all at one time, which is nice. So a little bit more efficient, But again, there's more than one way to skin a cat, that's for sure, and that's why I did it for years. But I'm glad I motivated you to go again. I get them items up on eBay. That's something I was actually going to go over, is sourcing, where to source stuff. I would always recommend, if you're starting eBay off, for any of you new folks watching, start with getting things around your house that you don't use anymore and just sitting down and looking them up. You know what I mean? And see what they've sold for. And you got that $15 thing or that $50 thing, put them things up on eBay. If you got a little $5, $10 thing, that's up to you if you want to put that up or not. I wouldn't. But I mean, all those items that are like 15 or so, maybe even 10 if you're just starting off, or better, especially plus shipping. Sure, why not? And that's one thing I told my sister-in-law when she wanted to start doing this. I was like, just go through your house, gather all the things in the bin that you don't want anymore between you and your husband and your kids, and get it all in a bin in a central location. And then little by little, just start looking it up. You're sitting on the couch watching TV or doing whatever anyway, just doing nothing. Grab some items and look them up and see what they've sold for. Wow, this goes for $30. Wow, this goes for $20. And then start listing those items, and then start seeing, and then as you get more used to and more familiar with the packing, shipping, blah blah blah, the stuff selling and having to get it out and all that, you start getting into that routine and that rhythm. Then start sourcing more and just kind of building it up and building it up and building it up to wherever you want it. Whether you need a few $100s a week or a few $1,000s a week. I mean, it just depends on how scale where you want to be. But it's certainly, with very little time, you can certainly bring in an extra $200 a week doing eBay, which is what, $600 to $800 a month doing eBay. And that's, for a lot of people, that could be their mortgage, or it could be, well, maybe not anymore, but that could be your food bill for the month, or that could be your utilities for the month, or that could be, I mean, whatever it is, that you can kind of help yourself get in a little bit better place financially. It's certainly, you start small and start to crank on that wheel a little bit and add more and add more and add more, and then eventually, a few months down the road, you're consistently adding and consistently selling, and you're making, like I said, $100, $200, $300 a week, to add to your, if you're not doing this full time, to add to your income, or just extra spending money, Starbucks money, whatever it is. But yes, the size of the envelopes that I get, these white padded envelopes are, I believe they're 14 by 9, 14 and a half by 9 and a half, I believe, actually. I guess I could measure it, but I'm pretty sure they're 14 and a half by 9 and a half, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 14 by, well, this technically 9 and a half. Yeah, if you take that away. So what about that? 14, yeah, basically like 14 by 9, or 14 and a half by 9 and a half. But yeah, so a lot of stuff does fit in those. So those I did definitely would promote or consider getting those. All right, let's keep it moving. Yarina, hopefully I touched on everything. And again, if you have any follow-up questions, I'm always here to help. So Brett Shaw says, haha, no sound videos are the best. Haha, Brett Shaw. Yes. Well, that's why, I mean, They're the best maybe when I talk about them, but they're not the best when I is meaning to put up a video and there's no freaking sound. Brett Buck Shaw, by the way, is one of my buddies from my Facebook group. So if any of y'all are like, who's this guy? he's he's one of my buddies from my Facebook group. So actually, he's on my we're on the same team together. He actually does the same thing I do, except he does it on TikTok. So and he's the man. He's been doing this a while. He knows what he's doing. So make sure you check him out. He's on BTG South. If you like sports memorabilia at all, look up BTG South on TikTok. If you're a TikTok person and you enjoy sports memorabilia, it's sports breaks for full size helmet breaks for football, autographed football helmets. And so make sure you check him out on BTG South on TikTok. So there's that. All right, next one up is Justin says, thanks for sharing the new info. Yes, the new info with the shipping, the UPS or the USPS post office rates increasing and stuff. Yes, that's fun time. I don't know if that's going to impact you, Justin, being in Australia. So I don't know how much that'll impact you, but that's the rate. That's what's happening here in the States. What do you say? My eBay today, he says he sold 2 items, a Sony Handycam. Those are hot, man. Sony Handycams and a PS4 game. Total $258. Wow. Total listed 34. Dude, you're killing it, man. You're killing it. You're listing way more. You're doing way better than I am, man. I haven't listed 34 items in one time in a while. But 2 sales, that's all you need sometimes, man. Especially if you picked up, I bet the Handycam was what brought you the most money. And I'm just curious, what'd you pick it up for? And don't sleep on those Sony Handycams. Those are good. That's a little nugget there. Let's see, Bronx Boy. Sweet video, new subscriber. My name is also Joe. Well, Joe, welcome, Bronx Boy. I'll try to remember that your name is Joe, but I'll probably call you Bronx Boy just because I may forget. But either way, appreciate you hanging out. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Anything I can do to help, man, or if you have any questions about anything, I'm here to help. Appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you subscribing. Let's go. Jesus says, thank you for the information. I'm guessing that's about the post office rates. Average Joe, have you tried flat rate shipping instead of calculated shipping on your items? That will help generate some sales. Thank you for the knowledge as always, and thank you. So that's actually a good. That you're not wrong. However, so in my experience, I've always. So how do I want to answer this? So let me start by saying I don't do flat rate shipping anymore. No. So like the post office flat rate boxes, I don't mess with those anymore. So like the post office has, like, this is an example, priority, medium, flat rate. So I don't mess with these really much anymore. In fact, I didn't even really mess with them much during when priority was still a thing. I didn't really mess with those much anyway. I would use them from time to time for heavier items that were going like West Coast, because I'm on the East Coast. So there were times that things would cost, $30 to ship to California or Washington or heck, even Texas or Las Vegas or, Nevada or whatever. So those, sometimes it was cheaper for me to use a priority box, flat rate priority box. So, and that still might be the case occasionally, but with Ground Advantage, it pretty much beats out unless it's like something super heavy. And in that case, then it changes over to like UPS or FedEx, which is cheaper a lot of times than the flat rate. But anyway, so that flat rate, no, I don't mess with that at all. Now, if you're talking about calculated versus like flat rate, as far as like you put a certain price on your shipping. So let's say there's, like a video game, like I do, like for video games, for example, I do. So if a video game is $9.99, I just put $5 shipping, flat rate, done. Doesn't matter where it's going. I charge $5 to ship that out, no matter where it's going, New York or California, it doesn't matter. There are items that I will do that on. Occasionally, I can't think of anything right now. Like I think this Bose actually I've got up for like the flat shipping or just a set shipping rate for something like this, because like $20 to ship that, no matter if it's going to go East Coast or West Coast or whatever, it doesn't matter. In my experience, especially now with the rates being pretty good going West Coast and stuff like that. And this is just me. I mean, I haven't like tested it to verify it, but just in the items that I do the flat rate shipping on, or not, again, not USPS flat rate shipping, but just I put a price in, and that's the rate for shipping no matter where it goes. So if that's what we're kind of the avenue we're referring to, I do that on probably 10% of my items. Normally though, majority of my items, it's weight and location, because I've been burned many times where and this is just based on my experience, where I'll put flat ship, like for example, the TV. Okay, this is one that just pops in my head right now. So remember, I had a flat screen TV that I shipped out, or that I had in inventory. So originally I had it for like, I think it was $50 flat shipping on it. It was like, no matter where it went, it was $50. Well, a dude from Puerto Rico, I believe, purchased it, and the shipping to Puerto Rico was going to cost like $90. Well, I was like, I mean, I'm going to eat almost $50 in shipping. By the time it was all said and done, I was only going to make like $25 off the sale. It was just not worth it. So I told the guy, hey, I didn't realize the shipping was going to be so much. I'm going to go ahead and cancel your order, refund your money. And then I reposted that same TV with calculated shipping. But what I typically do on all of my calculated shipping is I lower everything down to make it cheaper for the customer. No matter where it goes, it's going to change the price. So if it's going to California, it's going to be cost high, but because I've brought the price down, or the dimensions down, or the weight down, it's not as expensive as some of my competitors. So my rule of thumb, what I do is I just so if something's, let's say 10 pounds, I put it in for like 7. I used to, before Ground Advantage, I used to go up a pound or two, back when priority days and things like that. But now with Ground Advantage, and because we get such a good discount with the Ground Advantage and the labels through eBay, it's actually better for me to just bring it down to help those sales instead of doing a flat rate shipping cost for each item. I just bring the price down. So maybe summarizing everything I just said is probably a bunch of rambling. The best way to articulate what I'm saying is, and the way I do it, is I just simply bring the dimensions and or weight down to pass along that savings to the customer and to make it cheaper for shipping. And then typically on my end, I'm still making out a couple dollars. I'm still usually not paying anything extra towards shipping. 90%, 95% of the time, I'm still making a few bucks on the shipping, even after doing that. So it's worth it to me to do it that way. It's worked for me doing it that way. I don't know. That's just what I do. So I've seen it many times on many different channels. Resellers talk about, that flat shipping rate versus calculated shipping. I know Commonwealth Pickard is one of the big advocates of doing like a flat rate shipping. Some sellers do free shipping on everything and just incorporate that 10 or 15 or 20 or $5 toward that free shipping, basically. So instead of charging $9.99 plus $5 shipping, they're just going to put the item up for $14.99 free shipping. That's a strategy to go to as well. There's different strokes for different folks, kind of thing. So there's no set rule, or there's no set, like, that's the way you should do it. It's kind of what works for you and best for you. I don't think there's much, especially if you approach it in the way I approach it, where if you bring the price down or the dimensions and weight down to kind of offset that price difference, because you're getting so if something costs $10 to ship, you're only going to pay like $6.50 or something like that, $7. So if I keep the weight as is, the customer's going to end up paying more, and I'm keeping $7-8 of their money. Versus if I just bring that weight down or the dimensions down, if it's a bigger item, then it's kind of like you pass that savings to the customer, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's just my logic, the way I think about it. All right, let's give you some. This is gonna be a long video. I can already tell. This is gonna be a longer video. I'm a rambler, if you haven't picked up on that. So let's see. Next one up is Eric. Do not bend stickers if you send comic books. I think you're referring to the video that I was talking about shipping supplies and shipping stuff. Is that my light on? Yeah. Do not bend stickers would be a good option to have, or a good item to have for folks that ship comic books or any media that is easily bendable. Posters and I don't know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but collectibles that are paper format that shouldn't be bent or anything. So yes, do not bend stickers. That's another good one to have, depending on your niche. I agree with that. Eric, by the way, thank you for hanging out. Not sure if you've subscribed, but if you haven't, make sure you drop a subscribe. All right, Yarina, I think says, oh, she said the same thing. That was because she wasn't sure which video it was on. Got it. So I'm gonna Bluetooth connectivity. Yep, Bluetooth's a good option for the printers. That's for sure. All right. Next one up is Kurt, Average Joe. Yo. Yes, NESs are a pain. So I got a story to tell. Story time. Now that you said that, I tried dropping my eBay store. But it kept deleting my comment. Yeah, I think it's because just the AI doesn't let you do that on the comments. Thanks for the bad news from USPS. Yeah, well, luckily, I don't know, luckily, but that does we technically won't have to eat it. The customers are going to have to eat it, which could just mean fewer sales because of that. Who knows? I wonder how many millions a day they're making on that increase. So I don't think they're making millions a day. They're not going backwards millions a day, possibly, because from what I understand, the post office is basically just a money pit for the government. From what I understand, and they lose billions of dollars every year. I don't really understand how, but that's apparently that's what the hearsay is, or at least what I've heard. So all that's going to do is just, I guess, lessen the negative at the end of the year and make it a little bit not so bad. I don't think they're making a ton of money off of us, although it does suck to keep increasing prices, obviously. But so quick story about the NES. So if y'all know, if you've been with me, this is going to be an hour video, I can already tell. If you were with me last week, I got an NES and I changed the 72-pin connector and it still did the same thing. And I said I was done with NESs. I'm done. I've always had a problem. I've changed 72-pin connectors like 7 times. Only one time it's worked. I'm done. Right? They're just a pain in my. All right. So I watched another video about. Actually, I watched a few videos on fixing it and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, the blinking red light, every video I'm going through and everything I'm watching keeps going back to 72-pin connector, cleaning the pins, cleaning the game, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I didn't take alcohol pads and clean everything. I took disinfectant wipes and cleaned all the contacts. Okay, so I figure I'm good. That's, good to go. But I said to myself, hey, Joe, if it's not anything else, and other people, everybody that puts videos up on the blinking red light, that means the system is working. It's not reading. Nobody else has any other videos up that have really anything else except basically if it says it doesn't work after doing all the cleaning and stuff, it is the board. And that's something I mentioned before. I said to myself, okay, I don't have that isopropyl alcohol, 99%, whatever. Let me go to the store, get some of that, and try it one more time. Clean all the leads and contacts really good on the game and the system and the 72-pin connector connection and all that stuff. So I went ahead and I did that, and it worked. So, I was so mad. I was kind of mad because it sold already. That system, I sold it for parts and repair. So I got it working last night. I went through, I took it apart again. I cleaned everything with the right type of alcohol and cleaned all the leads really good, like overly good probably, and cleaned all the games, cleaned all the pins and anyway, any little metal part on there, I was cleaning it, threw it all back together, tested it before I threw it back together, and it was working a bit. And I was like, okay. And then so I did a little bit more cleaning and put it back together, and it pretty much fired up every game. Sometimes it has some of the lines through and stuff like that, which is kind of common, but it would clear up and stuff. So I messaged the guy that bought it. I was like, hey, I'm sorry for any inconvenience. However, I decided to tinker with this thing again, and I was able to get it to work. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to cancel your order because it is working now. And I'm so hopefully you understand. He's got like 1,500 feedback, so he may give me a negative. I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's understanding. But I was just like, hey, I'm just being transparent. This is what happened. And so I'm going to have to cancel the order, refund your money, because it is, in fact, working now. So there's that. So I do have a working NES now, and I'm going to get it up on eBay today. But from now on, when I get them and they're doing that, I'm curious because I've sold like 3 other ones. So actually, out of the 6 other ones because I couldn't get the 72-pin connector to work right. So shame on me for not taking alcohol, 99%, and cleaning the leads the way you're supposed to. I figured out disinfectant wipes have alcohol or whatever cleaner in them. they get a grime and nasty off of everything else, they should be good to go there too. Well, apparently, whatever the chemical or the alcohol is it's a better option for the pins and things like that. So, and it worked. So, I at this point, I'm a believer again. I'll try it to fix another NES next time one doesn't work and I pick one up. If it's blinking red light, I'm gonna do the same thing and hopefully duplicate the fix. And then I'll certainly at that point feel a lot better about Nintendo's. Right now, I feel pretty good that I can fix them again, and I'm gonna, this is the way I'm gonna do it every time, and we should be good to go. But just wanted to share that. So kind of stinks that I canceled that sale for that guy, but unfortunately, for him, but fortunately for me, it's working, and I was able to get it working, and now I'm more confident in being able to fix those the right way. And so disinfectant wipes will not work. The Lysol disinfectant wipes works on everything else. I throw that stuff too, but apparently Nintendo needs alcohol, 99%. So there's that little story. It is what it is. So, so I do feel better about that. Next one up is Justin. Says, thanks for sharing. Good pickups. I think so too. I think I did pretty good this yard. If you didn't check out the yard sale pickups, the video before this one, I've got all my yard sale pickups from Saturday, and I think I did pretty good. I haven't touched a thing. I haven't looked anything up. Some of you guys already said I picked up a couple. I think Kurt said a good camera, or one of the cameras was a good one, the Olympus or something. I think it's on his next comment coming up. Actually, yeah, the Olympus. I haven't looked any of that stuff up. I mean, I know kind of an idea of what some of it goes for already, but I haven't looked any of it up for specifics. Haven't even touched that yet. I've got 21 helmets that I got to pack and ship, and I got a bunch of work that I got to do for my football helmet memorabilia business. And so my plan is to start tackling that stuff tomorrow, and try to get all that stuff processed between tomorrow and Friday. I probably won't get to the close. I was my goal. I think Jesus even mentioned it. I probably won't get to the close until the following week. Now that's just how it is. It just is what it is. I hate close. They're the devil. I'll process everything else on that table, but them clothes will sit there. It's just I hate clothes too. Says, and this goes into our next comment. Great, thanks a lot. Says, I hate clothes too. Rarish books are my favorite. Easy packing and media mail. I haven't done any. I don't really mess with books much. So I can't say I can relate there. Although I do understand the media mail, which is great, super cheap all the time, and no matter how heavy it is, really. And then you can't really break books, right? I mean, I guess maybe you could smash a corner in if it really got messed up and somebody really just like chucked it or something, but you really can't break books. So books are definitely a good niche if you know what you're doing. So kudos to you. Great. Thanks a lot. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. If not, make sure you drop a subscribe, and I appreciate you hanging out and dropping a comment. Let me reply to him as well, or them, him, her. Anyway. All right. So we got next one up. We got a few more comments, and then we'll move on to sales. Kurt says, yo, Average Joe. I can't tell it's hot. Or I can tell it's hot. Yeah, it's hot. It was hot, man. It's hot Saturday. Those Olympus cameras, zooms are good, brother. I love finding those. I'm sure you will be surprised when you comp that one. Hopefully. I mean, I got it cheap enough. You couldn't go wrong, I don't think. So man, hopefully it goes for more. Not sure what the model that one is, but they're pretty sought after. I've sold the Nikon before to probably $60. So I'm going to try to get more out of it if that's the case, because I bundle it with everything. I get the memory card with it and all that stuff. I may try to push 100 on it. We'll see. We'll see when I comp it and stuff like that. But I was thinking, oh, great, another game that's going to the collection. Yeah, for the Silent Hill. Yeah, I've got that one already, so we're good. Although I got some, I don't know if I showed you guys. I don't think I showed you guys. Yesterday I went to get fireworks, and I ended up meeting a lady in Dillon, South Carolina, and because that's where we got to go get fireworks. I'm in North Carolina. You can't get shooting the air fireworks here. I got to get shooting the air fireworks. Got to get them in South Carolina, so it's about an hour drive. And I ended up meeting a lady that's got PSP games for $15. I got like 7 PSP games. One Liberty City is like a $25 game by itself. So I think I did pretty good there. But there was like 2 of them I'm keeping in that bundle. So anyway, yeah, I'm bad at that. I'm sorry. I've sold at Nikon before. Another one giving a collection. That was funny. You shout me out. Nice hidden bonus with the Sega manuals. Nice smack today. All right, Smack City King. This is Joe. How can I help you? Well, look, I was surprised with those manuals too, man. I was surprised with them being in there. They're not really worth much, but it was fun seeing it. I'm sure y'all saw my reaction. It was live and real and unedited. I was like surprised, like, okay, got some manuals in here, some old school game gear. You don't see them very often. All right, next comment is Justin. Picked up a great deal today. PS4 Uncharted Special Edition console, 6 games and a controller for $70. That's not bad at all. The only thing I'm going to say is I have one too, the blue one, Uncharted. I have one too. I've had it for like 8 months. Ain't nobody bought it. Now I got it up for like 160 though, so I could probably bring it down and somebody would jump on it. But I had it up for like 190 with some games and I think 2 controllers. But it's mine hasn't sold yet. I'll just say that. I don't know why Uncharted consoles aren't sought after more. They're pretty cool. That blue. Jesus says Wilson A2000 scored for $20. What's a Wilson A2000? Is that a camera? Thank you for the episodes and thank you for the wisdom. Cheers, Joe. Jesus, cheers. I appreciate you hanging and commenting. Throw me a lifeline. What's a Wilson A2000? Let me know in the next video. And what do they go for? You said you picked it up for $20. What do they go for? I'm curious. And then the next one says, "Let's go Mets." First comment I think I've seen from this gentleman. What does that say? Public subscriber allows everyone to. Okay, all right. So, all right, good deal. So it looks like you've subscribed as well. Does this show that for everybody? I guess maybe if your profile is public, publicity subscribe to one day allows everyone to see their subscriptions. I don't know what that means. All right, I don't know. But there's a little like red icon next to your name. I don't really know what that's about. But let's go Mets. Joe, buddy, appreciate you, brother. Keep going. Hey, I appreciate you. Let's go Mets. If there's anything I can do to help you out, let me know. Appreciate you hanging out and watching the videos and being part of the journey, really. So, all right, that's all the comments, guys. We will move on to sales. I had let's see. I think I'm on the wrong eBay, aren't I? Yes, I am. Let me jump into my eBay. I'm on my Neon 3300 eBay for my thrift store. We don't have a ton of stuff on that one, but that's my original account. It's got 4,100 feedback, almost 4,200 feedback, and since 2000 have had it up since 2000. So anyway, let's jump over to mine, and then we'll see what's sold. I had 14 items sell. We're at 32 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep this around 45-ish. Keep it somewhat short, assuming I can find everything. Oh, come on, man. Sign in. Switch. Okay. All right, so what do we got here? Got an alert. I got a new message. What is this? 1 second. 32. Somebody sent me a message about a controller. Hey, are you willing to agree to an offer of 34 plus shipping? Yes. So I've had this person since yesterday go back and forth with me about a pink Xbox controller, Xbox One, I believe it is, controller. But she's gone back and forth with, or he or she has gone back and forth with me, and they started at like $30, and I was counted at 35. Then they went 31. I did 35. They did 32. I did 35. They did 33. I did 34. So they just sent me a message and said, "Can you agree on 34?" I was like, "Well, I sent you 34 back. Yes." I don't know. Some people are funny. All right, let's move on to sales. So, let's see, selling and orders. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we got a total of, didn't do two. So I had a good amount of sales over the weekend as far as the number of sales. So that was great. 15 sales over the weekend since Friday. The dollar amount was not where it needed to be. So I had a lot of low end sales this weekend. So 15 items for $568.45. That's technically not even meeting goal for each day because my goal is 200 a day. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not even 200 bucks a day. After shipping, I'm gonna be closer to 500, maybe even a little bit. Well, probably about 500 once it's said and done after shipping. So not a great weekend, but we got some sales. I think I'm sitting on right around $800 for the week, which is way below my average. Again, my goal is 200 a day. 7 days is 1,400. So I'm trying to deposit 1,400 bucks a week. It's been going really well for quite a while. And summer slowdown, I don't really understand because I was doing just the same last summer. So I don't really understand what's up with the slowdown this summer. But this is going to be now the second week in a row that I've done sub $1,000 in a week, which is not ideal. So I'm not too far away from trying to start cross listing here. I mentioned it quite a ways back that if I go a few weeks and don't hit my goal, then I got to do something different. I got to start listing in other places and get more eyeballs on stuff because I have good stuff. I have some junk. I'm not gonna go. Don't get me wrong. And I know I'm priced high on certain things, so that's something that I can certainly work on and bring prices down. Because I don't have a lot of money in anything. Like a lot of stuff is sold. If you got bought a bundle for X and you sold 6 things out of it and you're already at even, then all the other stuff on it, like it's basically zero cost. And so I've got a lot of situations like that I just at this point is just get it going, get it moving, get that cash flow because that's what I need right now is cash flow so I can take care of my family, number one, and then also have money for the business so I can keep buying stuff. That's the whole, so anyway, luckily my helmet business, my sports memorabilia business has been rocking pretty good. Usually in the summertime, that slows down a lot. And this year my helmet business has been doing pretty good in the summertime. So it's kind of weird. And I've been doing the helmet business for 6 years now. Every summer we see a big slowdown, and this summer it's been pretty consistent still. Now, granted, it's still early summer. Well, it's actually July, so it's not. We're in full summer effect at this point. And like I said, we haven't really seen much of a slowdown, so that's good because if it would stink if that was very slow and this is very slow, and then I that wouldn't be good. But anyway, let's go over some sales. I want to try to get this wrapped up in about 8 to 10 minutes. So let's start pulling orders. So the first thing sold was Naturo. I don't know. I forget how you say it. This one. It's Naruto. $10 free shipping for Naruto. Next thing that sold was a controller. What did I say? That sold for $10 plus shipping. Did I say that already? Yeah. Next thing is one of these. This came in a game bundle that I got. Just like in a throw-in extra. So it's a Pac-Man plug and play. You just plug it into your TV and you're ready to rock on that. So that sold for $20 plus shipping. Harley Davidson shirt. Let me not go crazy looking for. I think this one's right here. Go crazy looking for shirts again. All right, Harley Davidson shirt out of Honolulu, Hawaii. $13 plus shipping. So there's that. Harley Davidson, Honolulu, Hawaii. $13 plus shipping. I usually pick these up for $1. Some of them are scores, and I just saw one I think a week or two ago for like $40. Some of them are $13, but usually the print on them is what makes the difference. The type of print that's on them, or possibly even the location may make a difference as well. Next thing that sold was an army like a PT jacket. Let me find this PT jacket. I think I've got it hanging. Pretty sure I got it hanging. Let's see. Right here, it's 2XL. That's 2XL. What is this one? This one doesn't. That's extra large. All right, so it's got to be this one. Okay. So these army jackets normally sell for about $20. I'm not quite sure why this one only sold for $12.50. It's been on eBay for a minute too, so I'm not quite sure. But the army jackets, if you ever come across these, normally I pick these up for like $2-3. Like I said, I'm not sure why this one maybe I didn't have it listed right or something like that. I don't really know. Yeah, Skillcraft. Maybe it's because I had Skillcraft in front of it instead of just Army PT jacket. But I've sold these before for $20. Oh, I know why. That's why. It's got. I was just trying to figure out. Like this thing is brand new looking, but it's got some holes in it. I'm just trying to figure it out. So I did disclose that in the listing. That's why it sold for so cheap. It's got holes in it, like a burn mark. So all right. So that's why. So actually, there's couple little blemishes on it. I got reed in it. I should have realized that. So that's why that one sold for cheaper. Typically, they'll sell for me for about $20 to $25, especially come wintertime. For $2-3, it's worth it, or $1 even a lot of times. Next thing that sold was this Xbox. This was one of my bigger sales, which was nice. Need to get this out of here anyway. Need to get a bunch of these systems out of here. So OG Xbox with a bunch of games, controller. So this sold for $125. $125 plus shipping. One controller actually. Actually, it's got two controllers on that one. I threw in a third-party controller, and then it's got a bunch of loose games in the system. $125 plus shipping. Next thing that sold was, which these have been sitting around forever. Yeah, these have been sitting around forever. I'll tell you guys in a second. Max Payne. All right. So cassette tapes. I've picked some up before and they've done really well. And other times I pick them up and they just sit and sit and sit and sit. So these are two. I figured Janet Jackson, when I saw him, Janet Jackson, I don't look them up. But for like a quarter, I was like, well, it's Janet Jackson. They might go for like $10 a piece. Try more like $7 free shipping each. So $7 free shipping. $6.89 on the one, and $7.99 on the other. So there you go, free shipping on both of them. The next thing that sold was Max Payne for $8.99, free shipping on that. So let me get a cover to put that in. So if you haven't seen this before, I always put my loose discs in these cases. This one I don't. Let's actually put some bubble in there too. All right, so there's that. I wouldn't recommend tapes. And if you do pick up tapes, like I picked up Beastie Boys one time and it went for like $25. I've picked up, that's the one I can think of off the top of my head. I've picked up some other ones that I thought might be something kind of like that, and they've been $20 and they've been nothing. So cassette tapes are hit and miss. I don't see them and come across them often, and I'm not going to sit there and look them all up. I'll just kind of see who I see that's that I know, and maybe pick them up if they're a quarter or 50 cents. And then like that, my thought process was Janet Jackson, I can bundle them together. I don't know why I didn't bundle them together, because I actually have another Janet Jackson tape over there. So I'm not quite sure what I was thinking, because really I should have just bundled all three of those together for like $15 plus shipping, and they probably would have sold. Actually, I think I have a fourth one over there. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't put them up as a lot. Oh, these were Whitney Houston. Never mind. Maybe that's why I didn't put them up as a lot, because these were Whitney Houston. But still, I probably could have put. I don't think I have those up as a lot either. Those are two Whitney Houston ones. Those will probably sit for a year. But anyway, those are out of here. That's all that matters. So when it comes to tapes, if you see a bunch of the same person or same artist, 3, 4, 5 tapes, might be worth it. Some of the more rare stuff from back in the 80s might be worth it. Some of you tape resellers, drop comments. Let me know what cassette tapes to look out for. I do know Beastie Boys is one of them, because I sold one for like $25, like, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. Next thing that sold was a PSP case, which I think, where did I put that case at? So this is the second. I haven't come across these ever. And recently I've come across two of them. So those the hard plastic PSP cases, $20 all day long. So if you have those in a bundle, that's an easy $20 extra. Next thing it sold, Gardening Mama for the DS. Gardening Mama. I will also say, today I'm trying to... Oh, hold on a second. Trying to find stuff in here sometimes can be a little difficult. Oh, yeah. It's the one all the way at the bottom, the very last one. Oh, is it DS? There it is, Gardening Mama. Okay. So, if any of you guys are video game resellers, Chase After the Right Price or Canopy Crew is somebody I watch, and they're really good too. In fact, I watch their stuff all the time. But Gardening Mama sold for $10, free shipping. Is that focusing at all? Anyway, Gardening Mama. So the video I watched last night, they are doing their buyback list for video games. So they've got a list of games that they're buying and they're paying premium for right now. So with that being said, Grand Theft Auto, GTA 5, Xbox test working, no map, no manual. That's it right here. GTA 5. Yep. So they're doing they're doing video games. So Kurt, this is for you if you're still watching. They're doing buyback on games, certain games, not all games. They've got a list, so they got a list out of the games that they're purchasing, and they're paying a premium for. So last night I was teeter-tottering on, man, probably is a good time. So I looked through their list, and like, for example, what was the one I looked up yesterday? It was I think it was Mario Kart on Wii. They're giving $25 or $23, and I think they sell on eBay for like $27, $28 or something like that. So I'm like, they're paying about 85%, sometimes even 100%. Like, I forget what game it was I looked up on price charting. It was for like, I don't know, 20. Anyway, it was the same price that price chart had and what they were paying for. So I was like, man, so if they're paying that, if they're paying up like that for these games, because what they're doing is those are the games they're selling on Amazon, and they're getting a premium on Amazon for them. So even though eBay it sells for, I don't know, 26, I mean on Amazon it's selling for like 40. It's crazy. So they're it's a volume play for them. So they're gonna pay premium off of eBay and or price charting, and then they're gonna turn around and sell them on Amazon. Is what they're doing. So it's only certain games, but it's all the big titles, your Marios, your Zeldas, your Donkey Kongs, your all that kind of stuff. So it's all the good stuff. There is some other stuff that's on there. Like I noticed for Wii U, they had like Nickelodeon game on there. There's only a few Wii U titles. One of them was the Nickelodeon game. I think they were paying $8 for it. I'm like, I think it only sells for 10 on eBay. So that's not bad either. So I'm saying all that to say, I think today or tomorrow, I'm going to go through my stuff, compare it to what they have on their chart, start pulling all them games out from that pile over there. Kurt, that's why I'm referring to you, and all y'all regulars actually that know about my little game pile over there. I think I'm going to go ahead and send them the Canopy Crew and Chase After the Right Price. I think I'm going to go ahead and send them to them, and it's a cash money, here you go, or they'll send me money however it works through Cash App or PayPal or wherever. But I don't have to worry about fees. I don't have to worry about putting it up and it's selling in 3 months or two. Even though it's a $50 title or something good, that doesn't mean it's going to sell today or tomorrow. It could sit for weeks or a month or two because there's competition out there. So if I want a premium out of it, it's going to sit for a little while typically. Like my Castlevania game was sitting for a while. It finally sold for $90, but it sat for like a month. So I'm saying all that to say, it might be worth losing out on that 5-ish, 10-ish% and just bulk deal, ship all that stuff to them in one shot, I'll take a little 10%, cut from what I would have gotten getting it on eBay, which after a sale or something like that, that would have been my 10% anyway, right? If I had a sale on stuff, which I normally do, or a promotion, there's another 5% that gets taken off when you do a promotion. So it's pretty darn close. It's not much less than what I would get. So for any of you game resellers, I'm saying that to say, if you have a bunch of games laying around, check out their link on their last video. They got their purchase link, and it's got all the games in a tab on an Excel spreadsheet or a Google sheet, and you can kind of see what all they've got, compare it to what you got, and it's got to be in good condition. It can't be, the labels can't be tore up. All the games have to be complete with manuals. Things like that. So like cartridge games can't be tore up, labels can't be messed up, can't be written on, and all that kind of stuff. So that does eliminate a lot of the games that I have, or probably half of the games that I have, because they're either the label's not great or it's been written on or whatever. But that doesn't mean that there's half of what I have that could go. And if I can get 10% less than what I would have gotten on eBay, or 5% less than what I gotten on eBay, it's worth it. So anyway, it might be worth it for you, it might not, but that's going to be something I do. And if I do it, I'll show it off, and I'll probably do a separate video just on that portion of showing off everything I'm going to send out to Caterpie Crew. And then I'm going to tag Caterpie Crew as well and show them, hey, I'm getting ready to send this all to you guys. And there you go. So, but anyway, so that's kind of my thought process there. So the next day or two, I do want to kind of chip away at that, maybe go through that collection and all the games I got upstairs as well. And see if I can, get some cash flowing that way. You know what I mean? Because that's all stuff I don't even have on eBay yet that I would need to put on eBay at some point. And I've noticed like some games are going down. Overall, the game market seems like it's kind of trending downwards a bit now. It was kind of steady, and now it's kind of trending down. Now some games are going up. It depends on the title. But overall, I'm seeing things kind of going down. And the way I gauge that is I got all of my collection, which is a pretty large collection. It's all on price charting. So when I see that chart kind of going down a little bit, that means overall the collection is kind of coming down, which means overall the whole, because I got a bunch of stuff that I got on there, like 2,000 plus items that I've got in my collection. So there's a lot of pieces. So overall, that tells me that the market is coming down a bit. It's softening a bit, which it needs to be honest with you. It's been a bit high. The game market's been super high. It's been super competitive. It's been stuff just, it's been good. So it's natural for it to start coming down a bit. That's just how it is. That's why maybe why some of my sales aren't going where they need to be, because a lot of my stuff is video games. So anyway, Grand Theft Auto disc, the discs only in the case, no manual, no map, sold for $10 plus shipping. Let's go ahead and get through this because I know we're creeping up on an hour. Panasonic, I believe it's this one. Is it this one? I think I just put this up too. Yep. So this is a Panasonic. In fact, I think I showed you guys on that marketplace pickup. I got this one in the Sony. Panasonic PV. Yep, 7. So this sold for $100 plus shipping. So it is a Panasonic Palm Sight VHS camcorder. It's got the case, and let me pull it out here. It's got all the connections, all the cables, and then the actual camera itself, which is this big bulky thing. So this big bulky camera, I'm pretty sure I showed it off when I picked it up. It was this and another camera with a pickup I did on Marketplace for like $40, I think it was, for the two cameras. So it just didn't have batteries, so I had to buy batteries for each one of them. That was another like $12 a piece for the two cameras. So I think I'm in like, I don't know, $60-ish. So there you go. That one sold for $100. The other one I got up for like $150. It has some watchers on it, so that thing should sell as well. All right, next thing that sold, we're almost done. Yep, we got 3 more items. Next thing it sold was the remote. So I picked this up. It's funny, quick story about this one. I picked this up. Well, let me backtrack. I picked up a. Well, where's it at? I picked up a Apple TV 4K at a yard sale like 3 weeks ago. It sold that same week. It had no remote, but the lady said, "Oh, I got it. There's a remote for it somewhere. I don't know where it is." I was like, "Okay." Well, she couldn't find it, so I just, I picked it. I think I picked up the 4K Apple TV thing for like $5 or something like that. Sold it for like 40, maybe 25. I can't remember. Well, last week she had a sale again. I guess I think they buy storage units and stuff. But so she had a sale again. I stopped by and I see this sitting on the table. And I'm like, oh, she didn't remember me. But I was like, oh, I bought the Apple TV from you last week. Remember? I was like, and you said you had the remote, but you couldn't find it. And so she was like, oh, just go ahead and take it. And I was like, no, I'll at least give you $1 for it. No big deal. So I gave her $1. Well, it's sold for $40 plus shipping. So $40 plus shipping. There's that. So don't sleep on them Apple remotes, man. All right, next thing that sold was, we got 2 more items, and then I'll let you guys go. And I'm surprised these sat as long as they did, to be honest with you. Whoever gets these is going to be impressed. I can already tell you that. So I bought these when I was, some of you guys may have been with me for a little while. I went on my little golfing, my golf trip with some buddies, or actually I went to their golf trip because I don't golf. Although I am golfing now more. So I'll golf next time. But as of that trip, I wasn't golfing. So I just go hang out with the boys and do picking and stuff while they're golfing. Because it's usually a Friday, Saturday, Sunday kind of thing in Myrtle Beach. Well, I found these boots at one of their flea markets, and they're I've never seen these before. They're Timberland Timber Dry. I don't know. They're brand new. I mean, they're brand new looking. Like they anyway, they may have been worn like 3 times, but they're brand spanking new looking. I had them up for like $90, $80. I had some watchers on it. Nobody sniffed on it. I brought the price down. And then somebody sent me an offer for 50. I think I had it for $59.99. I was like, sold, man. I was like, I got them for $10. I want to say maybe 15, but I'm pretty sure I got these for $10. So for 50, you can't, even for 15, you can't go wrong. I mean, 3 times your money. I was just surprised because they're in such good shape. They should have sold for more, but it is what it is. All right, last thing that sold was a jacket that I need to find. I hate clothes. Have I said that before? Man, I hate clothes. What jacket? That's black. That's black and red. So make sure it's not up here. Nope. All right. Man, I can't wait for wintertime to get some of these winter clothes out of here, man. Well, is this it? Nope. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to. Is it in here, maybe? Oh man, this is why I hate clothes. I hate clothes. It's a Polo Sport, black. All right. Well, I'll just look for that off camera. I'm not gonna hold you guys hostage while I try to look for this darn jacket. But it's a red and black polo jacket. Red and black polo jacket sold for $12 plus shipping. So wherever that is, I'll find it at some point and get it out of here. Right in an hour. So appreciate you guys hanging out. That's it. Sales, comments. We covered a few topics. Yeah, that's about all I got for you guys. I'll be back tomorrow, assuming we got some sales. And enjoy the rest of your Monday. Hopefully your sales have been great. Mine are, I'm selling some stuff, but I wouldn't say they're great, at least for me. So enjoy the rest of the day, everybody, and we will see y'all on the next one. Later.